Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Flight 96 podcast. I'm your host, Foreman, and this was supposed to happen yesterday, but good things happen in time. And this guy has been on the podcast twice now. This will be his third time. He was the first battle rapper to ever give me a chance to do an interview, and I will be forever grateful for that. And he is Mr. Hot Topic right now, battle rap. Like he is out of Volume 5. He is one of the most talked about. I mean, everybody talks about one of Verb's rounds versus DNA, and everybody's talking about Jerry Wess, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, Jerry Wess, on the motherfucking program. What's going on, Jerry?
Man, good. Good to be back. Always appreciate having these conversations with you, especially when I got something new to bring to the table. What's going on?
Listen, man, you are Mr. Hot Topic right now, bro. Like everybody is talking about you on Volume 5, which was about the day 1 card, but you are making noise on day 2, man. Like if anybody who has the app and go watch Gluezy versus Jerry Wess. It's out right now. It is the first official release from Smack Volume 5, and I just want to know. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about being the first drop from the volume when, there's Chilla versus Nitty, which I heard was amazing. I heard DNA versus Verb was crazy. I heard Geechee versus O-Red was crazy. I heard Arsenal versus Chess. I heard that was crazy.
This is all crazy. Read the thing, like, this is all, like, this is successful. Very successful event. This is, like, almost a small ring, no one knows. And every battle, it's sort of possible for the main event. It was just like, for me to drop before everybody, I feel like it's not only a break that I needed, but also a wake up call for me to say, you know what, this is a good chance to actually, attack this game from all angles and do everything I'm supposed to do. Because I still have some things that I need to work on, but this was that extra push to be like, all right, like, that hit. Time to be busy inside and outside of battle rap.
This was what you deserved and what you needed, because when I thought you were finally getting pushed when I saw you were when you and Jerry Wet or you and Mr. Wavy were on Strike 2.5. I was like, yes. I was like, this is Jerry has been needing the main stage ever since really the Tech 9 battle. Ever since the Tech 9 battle, or I'll even say if we want to be just to be sure, like even since the X Factor battle, like we've been saying we want Jerry Wess on the main stage. It's it was as us fans, like we were just waiting for the opportunity, and when we saw you on day 2 versus Gluezy, I think I looked at that, and no disrespect to Gluezy first and foremost, but I think you deserved better than that. I think you deserve that shot. I think you deserve that, opening up a Volume 5 versus Franchise or Mike P or even the Saga. You and the Saga in a volume setting would have made, way more sense. But then, when I saw you on the card, I was like, okay, all right. I was like, watch, Jerry is gonna do something crazy, and he's gonna prove to y'all why you should have been on day 1. And lo and behold, he did. Like, how do you feel about Rum Nitty even said that you had performance of the weekend, right? And that's coming from Rum Nitty, man. Like,
that's to do this shit. I'm saying, like, one of two best that got the whole battle rap thing to a science.
yes.
And I'm still in the middle trying to get it all together. Like, it's definitely a big motivation and a big props coming from God himself, and that's just making me just try to figure out how to get to the next level. So there's always the next level. It's always something different. The good thing about battle rap is when you go into your next battle, it's always an opportunity to do something different. You keep that same energy, but it's never the same. You do something different. So outside, I'm still like.
Now I want to talk about, I want to talk about your first round. Your first round would have been, a typical third round material. If to be completely honest, when I saw it, I was like, wow, he's really addressing this in the first. He's addressing this in the first rather than the third. I was like, okay.
Yeah, hold on one second.
I got you, brother.
My bad. All right.
You good? You good? I can edit that out. We all good. Um, so the first round when you was talking about how URL actually is, and you one of the haymakers from that round was URL listens to the fans. Oh, like how they listen to how they wanted Surf and Reed, and I was like, okay, he's really getting down to it. Like he's saying, no, let's get on. If we're gonna be honest, we're gonna keep it all the way honest. You know what I'm saying? And because when I saw Surf and Reed, I'm gonna be honest, like I thought I wouldn't say I thought I was being like pranked. I was like, are we for real? You know what I'm saying? Like Surfing JC, Surfing Lux, Surfing Iron, nothing was, you know, nothing was that. All right, I guess and I heard Surf did his thing, and my thing is like, every time like somebody does that kind of round, like when B Dot did his third round against Emerson Kennedy, I was kind of like, that's a little risky, man. That's a little risky. But then I looked at you and where you're at, and then you said something. And then you said something that I took a lot deeper than what it was at face value, which was this is my fourth Goonie, and how are they not giving me twerk? When you said that, I was like, oh, okay, we're getting down to it. So tell me about that first round, and why did you decide to go with that approach in the first round rather than the third round?
Well, a lot of mixed emotions about my career, what I felt that I did, and what people telling me that I didn't do, mixed with how I actually felt about the business itself. All just came together in this round. And I guess the point that I was trying to make was, I hear the people. You know what I'm saying? Type shit, whatever. And I don't mind all that. And I have done that. Maybe not enough to a lot of people's liking. However, I've seen a lot of matches and a lot of things get booked and put together with no promo from the actual artist themselves. You know what I'm saying? How many countless promo trailers we've seen where the two people that's going at it is not even talking. You just see clips of audio clips from their battles of just saying certain things, and they're mixing it up together. Basically, they're building the story. You know what I'm saying? They're
building the narrative. Yes.
Round, I touched on how they push who they want. You know what I'm saying? They push who they want, and it used to be balls over names, and now it's just ticket sales. Everything is let's get this money. They've been around so many battles and so many events, it kind of starts to look the same. So it's like, what's the more fun thing? What's something that's never gonna get old? The money. You know what I'm saying? And it's really a business. I can't knock a entrepreneur, a hustler, a business owner. If I was in the same boat, of course I would want to, build myself up financially. But I feel like when you get to a certain point, you got people under you that's working and giving you good content. And that's what it's really about. No matter how much you sell a fight, you know what I'm saying? You still got to get out there and do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So my first round basically was just trying to let them know, like, I've watched y'all give people stuff that's done lessons. I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I have too.
I've put in work and haven't gotten it. I've even been in positions where y'all told me I was going to do something and still didn't do it. So it takes me to have a round like this. And I figured, why put it on an interview? Why have a personal phone call or a conversation and tell them, let me put it in a place where the fans can hear it and it's going to be out there forever, so that they will force to be reminded not only about the battle, but by the people that you guys are going to mistake, to get together, and this is what y'all need to be doing. So.
And that's the thing, dude. It was. I think you executed this perfectly. Like you put this at the right moment at the right time. Because let's be honest, like I said, like this is no disrespect to anybody that was that battled on day 2, but like everybody was there for day 1. To be completely honest, everybody was there for day 1. Everybody was there to see Verb and DNA. Everybody was there to see Arsenal and Chess, like and Surf and Reed. No one expected, quote unquote, the best performance of the weekend to come from day 2. Nobody expected that. Nobody expected that.
Performance that wasn't even close to the top. It was in the middle.
Yeah.
In the middle of the card. In the bottom of the card.
And it was so weird because I'm sitting here like, I'm like, yo, Jerry, like, I was about to, hit you. I was about to hit you up, and I was like, Jerry, like really, bro? Like they gave you Glue Easy? Like, and again, this is no disrespect to Glue Easy, like at all. Period. But yes, but like it should have been, you versus Glue Easy on day one. You know what I'm saying? If that would have been on day one, oh, you would have definitely set the tone, and people would have had. I hope people would have been like, oh, okay, Jerry's coming at it like this. Now we gotta go. All right, bet we gotta go hard. That's like that's like the opener, for a concert, like killing it in the first, and it's.
But I tell you one thing. I tell you one thing about that. The battle rap is kind of like basketball. You never know who's gonna win. You never know what's gonna happen. And one thing that shout out to P. One thing he's always told us: it's never about who you battle, where you battle. It's about what you do in the battle. Because things are so different today. You know what I'm saying? Things are so different. Viral moments, and, controversial things. So for me to have a first round, my first round wasn't even really about bars. I mean, I had.
It wasn't, and that's what's crazy about it.
But me talking to Smack and talking to the league and expressing how I felt, just what it meant. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was in rhyme pattern, and it was poetic, it wasn't, your standard bar, like punches and metaphors and performance.
Not like your second and third rounds, basically.
Yeah. And look how people react to that. You know what I'm saying? It just goes to show, what is, what's the most that's being cared about now in the game. Don't get me wrong, everybody still love a good old fashioned punch out. We love some bars, we love it here and there.
Yep, absolutely.
When you do things like that and it stands out, it becomes viral, it becomes talked about. It has nothing to do with the sport or the art. It's just something that people are talking about.
Because you were speaking for like and to be completely honest, like you weren't just speaking for battle rap. You were speaking for people who in any type of situation who's battled and or not, excuse me, battled, been in a situation where they felt like they weren't getting the recognition that they deserved, and they got tired of it, and they stood up for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I think that's why this is such a this has gone viral, because it wasn't, you weren't just talking to battle rap. You were talking to society as as a whole. To be completely honest with you, that's the way I felt about it. Like you said, give me my y'all do this and y'all do that, but then when a person works hard in it and I get this is why I react this way. You know what I'm saying? And that was, I think that was a nice message, because that just proves that sometimes you got to stand up for yourself in those kind of situations. Sometimes you got to take a little bit of a risk to get your point across. And that was a risk. That was a risk in the first round to do that. And I think you knew that going in, because you're smart. You're a smart battle rapper. Like, that's the thing people don't understand. Jerry Wess is a very smart battle rapper. Like, he knows he's a student of the game. He knows exactly what he's doing at all times. Like, when people were, I bet you people were in, he saw the comments when he battled Chess. People were saying, oh man, he's about to get 30. He's about to get 30. And then he ends up having Battle of the Night versus Chess. To be completely honest with you, that was Battle of the Night from that Born Legacy.
Hang with Chess, I wound up dancing with him. They didn't even expect that.
No, they did not. They did not expect, the third round, dude. Your third round versus Chess was insane. The whole Suppers brother or Frieza brother, that would be cool. Yo, man, I threw my phone, bro. I threw my phone when I saw that, man. I was like, Jerry's wilding.
I try to rap for the people. My thing is, I'm an entertainer. In the building, I try to get the crowd going, but also I gotta give something for the people at home. A lot of people, you can't make all the battles, and then you got different kinds of fans that just want to hear variety. You got your real shit, you got your entertainment bars, you got your funny, and you got your, what they're gonna call the comic or nerd bar, whatever. I just try to give something for everybody.
You got your performance down, man. You got your performance down. Like, when you used to address people how they compared you to Goods, I didn't necessarily see it, because I didn't think you were trying to be like anybody else. Because usually when some people get
nobody can do like that, man. When he missed out, he got back to something.
Yes.
Nobody could do.
Exactly. And the thing is, there's certain things that you do that really nobody else can do. How could they, you can go to a volume and make that much noise when a volume is a small room, it's a private setting. There's barely any crowd. It's just you and your peers. And the fact that you had your peers reacting like that, the one of the infamous bars, from that is they have to put his insides back in like deviled eggs. And when I heard that, I was like,
Like that though.
that's crazy because that's true. That's why it hit so hard because it's true. If you ever made deviled eggs before, you got to put the insides back in. That's the thing. Like people were just like, and then like when I saw Glue react to it, I was like, Glue knows exactly what.
Glue, that battle was fun. That was probably top 3 most fun battles I've ever had in my career.
I can guess. I bet you I can probably guess the other two. From my perspective, I'll guess the other two from my perspective. I'll say the Gaddafi battle, and I'm gonna say the X Factor battle.
I was gonna go on with what that actually can be added to, but the Ishmullah battle.
Okay, yes, because we're gonna get to that here in just a second.
Very fun.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in just a second but ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have the URL app, please go get the app and go watch Glue Easy versus Jerry Wess. It's the first release from the Volume 5 on a Day 2 card. And let's just be honest, no one expected the first drop from Volume 5 to be from the Day 2 card. Let's just be honest. And Jerry did his thing. Jerry did I had when I saw you versus Louise, I was like, I have no doubt that he's gonna take this opportunity and just run with it. And you did, and you absolutely did. And you made play of the day. You was on ESPN Sports Center top 10. Like you did it, you got it. Like you absolutely got it. And when I saw that happening, I was like, man, like finally, like this is undeniable now. This is undeniable now. Like you have to have a main stage after this. Like it's undeniable now. You can't hide it. How is Verb and DNA happen the same weekend and Jerry Wess is still getting mentioned in that conversation? Still, his performance is. Your performance was. You did everything right. You literally did everything right. Your punches landed. Your performance was good, and you kept it to the bars as well. Even though you was talking like you didn't do. Of course, you had your antics, with the screams and the noises and stuff. But I saw in an interview that you did that because the only way you could do it was in a volume. You wanted to make sure that it would hit in a volume, not on the main stage, because volume's about bars and what you say, not in your performance isn't really that big of a factor. But you made it a factor. You did that. You did that, and you sat there and crafted 3 perfect rounds that everybody is talking about. Finally, everybody's talking about Jerry Wess. Everybody's looking at Jerry Wess now. And it's about time. It's about time. That's the thing, man. Like that was exactly what you needed to do. That was, and I knew he was going to come that way, or they weren't going to talk about it. But you made it to the point where it was like, nah, y'all gonna talk about this tomorrow. Y'all gonna talk about this tomorrow. How did you feel about that? Like going into the third round, did you think like, oh, I got one. Oh, I got this is the one right here.
Once I got past that, when I ended it in the second round, I was like, yeah, this is the one, because after that first round, I was like, all right, created a moment. You know what I'm saying? Created something that's something that's what we talked about, respected, and I like how it went down. And as I went to the second round, and I saw how they was, rocking it, shooting it, and then the way I ended it, me, I like to take risks. And I ended it like that, and they liked it. I was like, yeah, it kind of doesn't matter what I do in the third, but me, I'm so competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go any round away. So yeah, I felt like after that second hit, I'm not even really a battle. Just more so, this is what I needed. Like, I got it. This is it. I'm going to the next level.
And you did, man. Like, and I want to go back to the we were talking about the Ishmullah battle. We all know what happened at Love Day. It was basically kind of like battles that happened in 2 days. The event got shut down. And then y'all finished the battles in the park, which I thought was amazing, and I think it made for great footage. Um, that first round versus Ishmullah, man, like you I know that when I saw the battle get announced, I was like, all right, Jerry is doing this for We Go Hard, so he's not gonna play around. He's not gonna he's not gonna slack because first of all, if anybody knows that Ishmullah is nothing to play with in the first place. Ishmullah will come for your head all 3 rounds. And when I saw you, deliver your first round, I think you went first, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, he went first? Okay, all right. When I saw Ishmullah's first, I was like, okay, Jerry has to is either gonna give this either give this like 70% or he's gonna go full in. And then when you did the now Swish sound different like chain nets, I was like, yep, Jerry's not playing with you, Ish. that was the bar. I was like, he's not like this was one of those.
Yeah, I couldn't, man. I just going in, just lay down. I couldn't do that. Like, this is dangerous. So, that's the same mindset I had with Chat, coming in and just dance with him. I could just dance with him and don't look at that. That's all I needed. I wound up kind of doing a little bit more.
When you did the when you took a because you take risk like you do like the risk you took in the first round versus Chess doing the whole that was some bars from Chess like the whole choking thing. I was like I don't know about that. I was like when you started going that direction when I watched it for the first time I was like I don't know about this like like Jared like this might not hit because people are tired of Chess choking angles and then it hit and I was like oh it's like this okay.
Nobody did it like that too. That's what I was asking about.
Yeah, same thing. I agree with that. Like, like you, one thing about you, bro, and this is what I respect about you the most. When you do something, you complete the whole objective. Like, and what I mean by that is that like when you do something like when it comes to a battle or whether you're doing an angle or doing a punch, like you deliver it and do it with like 100%. 100%. Like you do everything on that stage with 100%. Like there's no like like slacking. Like franchise. There's no lacking in that. And this like and I see that and I'm like, bro, like this like when is he gonna get us like a main stage? And now like now that now that we're having this and we're on what I'm saying this is made public. I want to put this in the universe right now. 2020 Gnome 10 Jerry West versus the Saga. I want that, and the reason I say no 10 is because personally I want to be able to drive to Houston and go see my guy tear up the main stage. That's what I want. I want Gnome 10 opener, the Saga versus Jerry West or franchise. One of the two. It doesn't matter. Either way, Jerry West doesn't duck nobody. He wants all the smoke. He proved that to y'all against Louis. Like he's like, I don't care. Like y'all are scared to give these new dudes a shot. Give me a shot. I promise you, I'm gonna swim. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, I'm just thinking like, if you get that shot, dude, that's gonna be like. That might be the best Jerry West performance, period. Like that might top the Gluezy performance. I will tell you that right now. I have full confidence that'll be like that, man. Like
the mindset,
I feel like you would feed off that so much. Like being in clearly being in front of crowds does not bother
you. I'm literally the spirit bomb. That's the best way I can explain it. I just feed off everything around me. And the more I get to around me, the bigger it's going to be. You know, if
And
I'm
that,
getting all that energy, it's gonna be bad when I drop it.
that's the thing, man. Like, I'm glad you're one of those, because I think that's a really good thing you should do as a battle rapper. Like, when you, not only you should, I think you should actually worry about your opponent's performance, because you want to be able to feed off that and use it to your advantage. Like, I think Twerk and Rum Nitty was a perfect example. Like, they, I think throughout the whole battle, even like with the little incident or whatever, even with that, like, they still fed off each other's energy. There was like, I think Twerk and, while, Twerk and Rum, they were sitting there while, their opponent was rapping. They were like, okay, I'm gonna have to go hard. Like, this dude's trying to kill me. And
Right.
and I think you got that impression off when when Glue Easy went first. I was like, all right, like, Glue had some bars. First things first, I want everybody to understand, Glue had some shit in this battle. He was punching right there with you, like, bar wise. He was punching right there with you. I mean, you had 3 incredible rounds, but there's nothing that needs to be taken away from Glue Easy. Period. Like, this man stood with Av and had one of the best battles of the year. And if that's not saying something, like, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you don't think that's impressive, I don't know what to tell you, because standing in front of Av is a it's yeah, like, I understand, like, there was no narrative behind this. There was no, like, he called you out, you called you out, like this, and then you were just like, even when you said in the first round, he was like, listen, Glue, I know I ain't get to you in the first, but just hold on a second, I got some shit I gotta say, and that was very clever of you, because people, one of the things is, like, when we judge how a battle goes, is how much did you attack your opponent. And then you took a risk by not, but you're still attacking, but just not your opponent at the moment. And that's one of the things, man. Like you don't slack. I will give you that. You don't slack. You give it everything that you have, no matter the performance. I was watching you versus DG to Piranha, like, and you didn't slack in that battle.
Yeah, I definitely did that. And I'm just like, I'm naturally competitive. You know what I'm saying? I'm just naturally competitive. I can't let anybody. That's just how I am. I was just one of those guys. Call me out. It's just kind of who it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I'm ready to everything.
So now that performance is out the way, and you got that done, and you are finally, again, you are finally back in the limelight where you should be. And this is going to be I think a more permanent spot for you, because now that I think, if I'm thinking as a battle rapper, if I get booked versus Jerry West, I can't play. This is literally the last, like, sign. Like, okay, when you battle Jerry West, do not play around. Don't take me lightly, please. Did you feel like that? Did you feel like your competition was gonna be more fierce after? Do you think it's gonna be more fierce after this?
Yeah, a lot of people know not to play.
True.
Like, I'm not even trying to be, cocky and stuff, but a lot of battle rappers will tell you, it's like, like, John, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not gonna just come in there and just think that they're gonna play, or they're gonna come in there and rap. They're gonna come in there and do them, and they know I'm dangerous as I'm a tactician. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, you have a genuine consensus of what my style is gonna be, or maybe even what I approach, what I'm actually do. That, or how I'm gonna do it. That's different. That's what.
Tactician is the perfect word to describe you. Like you and John. That's why y'all are like two of my favorites. Like y'all know what y'all are gonna do, but the thing is, you're even more dangerous when your opponent doesn't even know what you're gonna do. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like you bring that that factor, that certain X factor, pun intended. Um, you bring that certain X factor in where it's like, okay, Jerry's about to do something, but I don't know what he's about to do. So I have to
Right.
I have to be on the fence about it. Like and when I saw and I was actually pretty happy when when you I think you went first versus chess, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So you went first versus chess, and I saw like I was like, and I saw like kind of like Chess's reaction. He was like, "Oh, oh, it's like that. Okay, cool. Let's turn up the energy." And then he goes and he has an insane first round, and I'm like,
He better he turns up. Just with mind, he's gonna check the central in the day because what I said, okay, I know I'm going in the right place. Time to turn up.
see, actually, when I saw when I saw you Chess versus Jerry West on the Born Legacy card, three things popped in my head. I said one, all right, cool. He's getting a fight now. This is a fight. Like he's getting his, this isn't gonna be an easy battle for him. No way, no way, it's gonna be an easy battle. Two, I was like, okay, they're really trying to build Chess back to where where he once was, and I think he's back where he's at, and I actually think he's uh um went ahead of that as well. So shout out to Chess. And three, I was like, oh, they're trying to get Jerry up out of here.
Right.
They was trying to get you
Right.
when I saw that I was like, they're trying to get Jerry up out of here. Like it's nothing. It has nothing to do with what he. It has nothing to do with him personally. It's just they're just trying to get him out of here because they're feeding him to Chess. Chess is coming off the Geechee battle, and then this was right. I think this was right before he got you know picked as Surf's replacement for Loaded Hollows. Like this was Chess at a you know in a good way caught at a bad time because it's like you have he's back like in his slogan like three I only got three words for you, I'm back, bitch. And then I was like, okay, and then you go like base that was one of the best back and forths from this year. That was one of
Yeah.
the best back and forth battles from this year. Like if you like I'm not gonna be mad if you say Chess or if you say Chess won. I'm not gonna be mad if you say Jerry West won. Because that I watched that battle for pure entertainment now. I watched that battle for pure entertainment now. Like and I think when you get to as a fan, when you get to the point where you're just watching battles for just pure entertainment, that's when it's definitely a really good battle. Like when it's the replay value is there and um yeah, and and you can go to any round and just be like, wow, like these dudes are trying to like you was trying to take Chess's head off as well. Like I said, it was a dog fight, man. You've been in some dog fights this year, man. Like Chess was that one like where you were just like, okay, I walked out with a few scrapes. It's fine. Let's patch it up. We'll be good. Let's go to the next one.
Right.
So I have to say, like, I have to ask, like, what do you think was your toughest battle this year?
This year, my toughest battle, I think I'm gonna have to say Chess.
He
But
put
Chess
that
is my
pressure on you.
toughest because if you talk about what the narrative was, like I said, Chess is in a part of his career where it's like when the fans put him, he's gonna win the time. So Chess is in a mode where getting over the whole thing, trying to set him back for big stumbling, choking or whatnot. So he's in this transition, and the fans loving it. That's what battle rap is about. Battle rap, they love that change, they love that story, that plot, that change. So him being on the rise, you know what I'm saying? I battled Chess during the rise, during the tide, during the time when everyone was like, we want to see Chess get to where to go, and we're loving the change. I just have to just be a part of that title, you know. And was good enough that I did good enough to, not die and, in my opinion, still in the classic. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it was his time. That's his story. I was just a part of his story at that time,
And
and it made it tough because I had to learn the difference between who you battling, the difference between brand, stock, and just energy. I learned a lot from battle check, but like the energy and body placement, like on stage. You know what I mean? I just learned. He taught me a whole lot. When it comes down to how long the round should be. I learned a lot. So it was definitely a learning experience.
I wonder, I wonder how people like felt. I saw how people felt after that battle, and I was like, and they were like, "Yo, like Jerry West was hanging with Chess," and I was like, and I just kind of looked, and I was just like, "Yeah, y'all late to the party. I hope y'all know that y'all late to the party. Like I've seen this, dude. Like when I saw you battle Tech, I was like, yeah, like this is come on, bro. Like he needs that push, and and actually, I'll take it even back further. When I saw you versus Banks, that was when I was like, he still needs that push. Like you should have been on Rookies versus Vets or something like that. Like that was when I was like, all right, cool. And and then when you had because when you did the whole I don't rap like Jerry West no more, and you just started you mastered this this art of punching that and I hope you take this as a compliment that Rum Nitty has um you know perfected. Like and I'm not saying that you're trying to sound like him, but like what I'm saying is like that form of punching like only you know elite guys can get to. Like how they formulate their punches and how they how those hit. Like you mastered that delivery and that rap skill to where you can formulate these rhymes that are gonna have that pack a punch kind of um way. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that if you're about to punch, you're about to go into this big punch line, it's gonna hit a little bit harder than it was supposed to. So, and I think
Right.
Rum Nitty does that as well, and any great writer actually like really does that. But I want to talk about I think it was Volume 4 that they put you in JC. They had a little graphic for you in JC happening that weekend. I want to dive a little bit more deeper to that. Like, do you know why that happened, or was that just something to say like, do y'all want to see that?
That was three. The four was twerking now.
Okay.
Three
Yes.
T-Top and Clean. Because I was actually about a T-Top.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so I decided Clean. And me and JP was something that they do around was they wanted to put together, but terms wasn't negotiated at that time. Was negotiated in time. So that's what that was. And they want to finish up the trail, take that part out the trail.
Yeah.
So
It's so interesting, man, because like I feel like they're gonna throw you killers from now on. Who knows? Like I'm gonna be this, and this isn't like me trying to be funny, but like I wouldn't be surprised if they give you like Brizz's first battle back. Like you know what I'm saying? Because like they try to get you out of here. They try to get you out of here. Like, but like I wouldn't be surprised if it's like strike 2.5, 2 or whatever, like strike 3.0 or whatever, like Briz Rothstein versus Jerry West, and I'm like, they are really trying to murder this motherfucker. Like like that was their yeah. Like I've noticed that I actually kind of love how they do that with
the Braves went on a whole concerns and they just put big straight killers.
yeah.
It was like real killers back to back to back to back to back.
Like what was it? What was it? It was Tay Rock. Like they was really trying to get him out of it. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, I would love for that. I mean, if Briz Rossi versus Jerry West, like that would be. I think that could actually work. To be honest, I that'd be really interesting, like to watch you guys, do your thing. Like, when I saw like Brizz's, I think was it so his last solo battle, if I'm not mistaken, was Mr. Wavy or something after that. No, it was Young Ill. It was Young Ill. I'm sorry.
Oh, you mean before the 2-on-2?
Yeah, before the 2-on-2, it was I think it was Young Ill. I think his last battle was Young Ill. And um, when I saw like the resolution stage, and shout out to my brother Chef Trez, first of all. When I saw him get that main stage look at versus Shotgun Suge, I was like, that was one of them, like, because I've been very fortunate to make some friends in this culture, and when I saw Trez get that spot, I was very proud. I was very proud. I was like, yes, absolutely. And I feel like I'm gonna have the same way when they do the same thing for you, at whatever main stage event, whether it's Gnome, Summer Madness, get Jerry out the small room. All right, hashtag get Jerry out the small room. He wants to be in a big room now. Like, he needs a bigger room. He needs a bigger room. He needs a crowd. You know what I'm saying? He wants all of that. Yeah, like talk, bro. Talk.
Got me sharing a little baby.
Like he deserves that main stage look, man. And like I said, I've seen Jerry's progression since, man, probably what I say, like the P Jones battle, maybe. Like it's been like I said, Jerry was the first person to give me a shot as an interviewer. He was the very first battle rapper I ever interviewed. He was nice enough to give me a shot, and I have been a fan of his. Actually, let me take that back. I've been a fan of his since the Woody battle. So yeah. So there's history here, and I remember interviewing right before it was either right after or right before he battled Jack, and he was semi-main event, and he deserved that look. Even though it was a home game for Jack, well, he still showed out. You know what I'm saying? And then he's battled he battled Mac Mel on Band Legacy 2, battled Chess, um, Ishmula. Like this is yeah, like it's insane how, like, just watching the progression, dude.
Well, even you got our battle. You know what I'm saying? I got a channel taking battles around, and I gave them like these battles on the channel for theory. I think that was a great one. I had some moments, you know what I'm saying? Like I had this bar. I don't know if you saw that battle, but I even had this bar. Um, I didn't remember my own bars, but it was a bar, how I give you flowers, before you hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You try to nigga, put flowers on you as soon as you land. Welcome to Hawaii, nigga. We just put bananas. Like, I create moments of them everywhere, no matter where it's at. I'm just naturally competitive.
Is that and that comes naturally? You ever say, yeah, that competitiveness comes naturally to you, like, but is that always? I mean, like, are you kind of like that battle rapper who, it just happens that the stuff that you do creates moments, or do you always intend to create moments rather than like defeating your opponent?
I definitely always intend to create moments because I'm not a selfish battle rapper. A lot of most battle rappers are kind of selfish, They have their style and they want to tell their story, which is not wrong with that, but they kind of get wrapped up in it so much they don't care about what the people want to hear, what people want to, so it keeps them, they get the criticism as well as like what is the next person.
Mm-hmm.
And I can take criticism very well, which kind of dictated my career. Every few battles I had, whatever criticism I had, I implemented like 1-2 battles. And every time I do a battle, if I do good, there's always something I still got to work on. And to look that. I'm an adapter, man.
He's a chameleon. He's battle rap's chameleon, man. Like, that's the thing. And what's scary about Jerry is that what's scary about Jerry? That's funny as hell. What's scary about Jerry is like, you can put him in any setting, small room, big room, and he will thrive. Like that's what when you have that that skill to be in somewhat some sort of a chameleon. Like Rum Nitty finally got that where he can be dangerous and in a small room and on a big stage. Like that was when it was like, okay, now this is where he goes to the next level, and this is where you go to the next level, man. Like how does this dude you know have a performance like that in a volume? Like, could you imagine what that would have been like on a big stage if he had that exact same performance on a big stage? Though, like, could you like I always wondered if that would translate. Do you think it would translate pretty good if you performed it in front of a bigger crowd?
I'm gonna be honest. This could be the science between a small room and main stage. When you're in a small room, right, which actually to me is harder to get the actual take line because in a small room it's still battle rap and sing the crowd. So the battle rappers would tend to kind of catch more of what you're saying and what you're doing faster than the average fan.
Mm-hmm.
Not the diehard fans, but the average fan.
Mm-hmm.
And to get reactions out of that, battle rappers something, they don't want to look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So they don't, they have evil reaction purpose. So they don't, if it's naturally fire, they'll react. So in the small room, you getting that attention. It's hard. And from the big room, it's so much easier. There's more standard fan. There's more people who kind of, I've been to events where it's the main stage and people react, and I'll say, and I'll miss the bar, and I'll say, what he said, I don't know, but they going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The energy in that building is just so monumental that
oh my god,
it's a domino effect. It's like wildfire. One person get it and it knocks down to everybody else. It's actually, whatever I like, the shit I did with T.Y.
yes,
I battled T-Rex on T-Top with that. On the main stage, I would have hurt one of them so bad. I would have been way higher than what I am right now. I would have been
Big T. It would have been Big T. The Big T would have worked a lot better than against
at that time.
Yeah.
Big T.
Yeah.
At that time. Yeah.
Like your T flips were insane against Ty. First of all, shout out to Ty. That's my dude. He's gonna be coming up here hopefully pretty soon.
Tell me that thing was off the chain.
Look, like, man, like that was the thing. Like, I like how when somebody puts Jerry's back to a corner, he always figures out a way to fight out. Like, when they put him up against X Factor, what happened? They had battle of the night. One of the best battles of that night because JC and Keisha was insane. I'll even I think DNA and Red back on cam, like not during the pay per view, but more like back on cam. I thought that was crazy. Like that. Listen, man, like y'all gotta understand, like when I think that Jerry like officially got on the radar, like, and I think you'll agree with this to some sort, like when you did the spit out tea, ain't no sugar in this, like when you did the ain't no sugar in this shit, like that was when it was like, all right, we got to pay attention to him now. We can't do this, and then they don't pay attention to you for a little bit. It's like, we'll come back to it, and then you have this performance, and it's like, all right, all right, Jerry. It's like that kid who's just up and down, just kind of screaming, and then you ignore him, and then he does something real crazy, and they're like, all right, we have to pay attention now. Like this was the wake up call. This was URL's wake up call on Jerry Wess. Like, oh, okay, we really need to give him shots. Like he's ready for that. He wants that right. You know what I'm saying? He says he wants to open up a Summer Madness run home. Give it to him. Give it to him. I promise you, give it to him. He's not gonna drop the ball. You are at URL TV. Y'all follow me. Y'all follow me on Twitter. I'm at y'all in this. Give him the shot. He's not gonna drop the ball. All you have to do is set it up properly and tell him and what the situation is. Negotiate and everything, because of course it's got to sound right. But give him the shot. Give him the shot. He deserves it. He deserves it. Way more than deserves it. Like like I said, Jerry West versus the Saga, known 10. Oh, I want that. That's what I want. I don't know. I'll have to. I guess I'll just ask you the same question. Like, what do you after this, and now that you got the attention, what battle makes sense to you right now that you want?
I mean, I want to smoke, but I want to stand shotgun towards James Blues, rock. So, those are the joints that I definitely want. Some of them may take a little more work than the other, but that's definitely like, just the main one. Of course, there's more, but that's like the main ones that I want because they are in position that I want to trade places, if not join and sharing it. Because I feel like that I put in the same work, but just at the same recognition. I feel like I put in the same energy, same time, same moment, same everything. And I want to feel what that energy feels like. I want to know what the politics of that feels like.
And I think it's gonna get. That's kind of one thing I'm a little bit scared about is that the politics are gonna get a little bit steeper and a little bit more difficult to deal with. But if I know you like I think I know you, that ain't gonna worry you in any slight because the one thing you have to learn about Jerry is that he's for the culture, 100%, 100% he's for the culture. He will he wants to make the culture look good at the end of the day. By making himself look good, he also wants to make the culture look good at the end of the day. Like this was not only this was like again, this was a good look for the culture because it's somebody who finally said, I'm putting my foot down. I want this now. Like, no, like y'all can't deny me anymore. This is what I want. And
Right.
and you said fuck it. Like I'm going for it. And dude, I respect the hell out of you for that. I really do. I really do. Like that was a lot of stuff that you were saying to them was stuff that I was thinking. That was you said my current thoughts on URL in that first round against Glue Easy. Like that was I was like how they like when you did the ask for Surf and Read, I was like, that is the biggest fact of them all. Like that's like I said facts, like big fucking facts. Like how we asked for Surf and Read. I like just I you know what I'm saying? And you got
Or
that you
like
had
the
that
opposite, which I was asking me to do. Like, me, I need to do this. I can grant it, they do. Stay up there. But, but that was a
it's
wonderful.
but man, what is next for Jerry West in 2020? Like to be honest, bro, we got this episode in at the buzzer. To be completely honest, we got this in before Christmas. We got this in before New Year's. We've been talking about you coming back on the show. It's just times were never lining up, and but we got it back at the end. So again, bro, I always appreciate you coming back. This is your third appearance. That's big for me. That's a big deal for me. That makes me feel a lot better because that actually shows it. Like, okay, I fuck with him. Like, I fuck with him. And you've been like I said, you've been here since the beginning, before the brand new logo, before the merch, which teespring.com/flight96 clothing. Please go get yourself a shirt. Please go get yourself a hoodie. A sticker. I got coffee mugs that say hip hop is my best friend on there. Go check all that out. Go check all that out.
Like one of those battles.
Oh, listen, if don't see, yo, man, that'd be a dream, real shit. Like that would be crazy. If I just like if the next battle you just pull up and then you got a Flight 96 shirt, I'd be like, I would be like, yo, like that's crazy, bro. That'd be crazy. But it's a wonderful thing. But Jerry, once again, bro, I thank you again for coming back on the show, bro. Like this was a moment for you. You are living in this moment. I hope you cherish this because yeah, like I hope you cherish this one because this one you did everything you were supposed to do and then some. You know, and I can't wait to see what's in store for you in 2020, man. But uh, speaking of 2020, like what? Let's get back to the question at hand. What is next for Jerry West in 2020? Is you got some plans? You got some other some other things going on? Like what's going on?
Yeah, I just really like I'm ready for the main stage crowd. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to see who they think. Because I mean, at the event, one was like that locking. I heard Gucci say that shotgun. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just ready to see who is the first person that they're gonna actually give me, so I can not only show that it's not a fluke, that this is which yeah, I already been doing. For 2020, I'm trying to make sure this is mine. And it's not even more so about like a champion or getting into this person. I feel like this is somebody too. It's a run that I need to make.
I feel that.
As soon as I find out exactly like what's going on with my thing, so I'm definitely let you know.
Yeah,
But
I
I think
appreciate that.
this is definitely a wake up call, and they definitely gonna let me know who's who's on the that's gonna be up to me.
Yes,
Definitely.
this is where it's put up or shut up at this point. Like, all right, they looking at you like, all right, bro, we hear you. We're gonna give you what you want and see what happens.
Right.
This is what it is. We're gonna give you what you want and see what happens.
Back in this now, well, not really back, like, bro, you doing this, so let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Jerry for the main stage, man. I don't know how many times I have to say it. I don't know how many times I've had to say it because I've been a huge advocate for that. And also like shout out to battle rap fans because this wouldn't be this big of a moment if it wasn't for them. Like 154,000 reactions on the app.
Crazy.
That's insane.
Crazy.
Like URL has to look at those numbers and be like,
just for that battle.
yeah, like
just for that battle.
that's wild. That's wild. Like that's insane. Like what I'm saying. Like just I hope you enjoy this, man, because like I see you having fun on the stage, and I think that's such a big deal. Like if you can't have fun in this, then you don't need to be doing it. Like I've seen battlers, where you can visibly see, oh, this is for the bag. Like he don't want to have fun doing this. But every time I see Jerry on the stage, it looks like he's always having like the best time. Like
I just in the crowd.
you look like you're in your element when you do that, man. Like, and that's good. That is a great trait of a real performer. Like Hitman. Some people say he's the greatest performer in battle rap. People say the same thing about K. Sean. Like, if you get a chance to get in the ring with at least one of them, oh
Right.
my goodness.
I might be able to get in the ring with Hitman, but me and him actually doing the song too. Speaking about possibly doing that 50 steps, too. Possibly. So that'll be a great show.
You and Hitman?
Yeah, we're going on Twitter, man. We're talking about it.
Oh my god, that's the performance on that. Oh no.
I definitely learned a lot from him. Like, whatever I'm doing now will definitely be enhanced. If I ever get to, if we get to put that together.
That'll be insane, man. Like, and it doesn't even. I don't even really care about the opponents, but just like if y'all think about that, Jerry West and Hitman, like what? Oh my, that yo. First of all, first round out the gate, 1-0. It's 1-0 already. It ain't even locked in yet. It's 1-0 already. Like that's insane. And I also, I keep hearing rumblings about you and Av possibly doing a 2-on-2.
Yeah, they have. They try to, when we set it up, nobody kind of wanted that. No. You know what I'm saying? We put it out there a few times. We're just waiting on some brave souls. You know what I'm saying? To actually.
Well, I'll nominate some brave souls to come to the plate. I think Av and Jerry West right now versus Lou Castro and Ace Amin. I think that'll be interesting. I think you and DNA and Kayshawn.
Yeah, that'd be great. One of the best teams who probably not the best. So, yeah.
I think people would lose their mind if it was you versus EFB. Oh my God, I don't even want to think about that. I don't even want. That's not fair. That's not fair.
That might be the one.
That'll be the greatest 2-on-2 ever. Period.
That just might be the one.
You versus Geechee and oh my God, the amount of punchlines in that battle alone, that's too much, bro. That's like Rum Nitty Ave like level. Like that's insane. That would be insane. That's dope. Summer Impact 2, go ahead and book that. Av and Jerry West versus Geechee and Rum Nitty. And watch the dollar signs just pour out. Just like people would literally, I think that would be one of the most watched battles of the app if that happened. 100%. But Jerry, once again, brother, I appreciate you coming back on the show. I always appreciate you fucking with me and keeping me in the loop and you know what I'm saying, being a homie like that means a lot, because that means that a guy like you that's fucking with me, like that means I'm doing something right.
Yeah,
that means I'm doing something right. I appreciate that, man. Again, y'all follow Jerry on Instagram. I think it's at Jerry West, no underscore, no none of that. I think it's just Jerry West.
And my account got put it down, so Jerry underscore West now. Finally got an underscore.
All right, and then
on Instagram, Jerry underscore West.
Yeah. Get him on the main stage, man. Get him on the main stage. He deserves it. Like, it's definitely that time. Like, again, man, I want to have when hopefully URL listens to this and they book Jerry West versus the Saga Gnome 10. That's what I want to see. That's what I want. That's what I want. If you're talking personally, that's exactly what I want. And I think both of them would be eager to jump at the opportunity, and they would not disappoint. That would be one of the best battles of that night, clearly. 100%.
My mind is very on like it's a few years or a fresh start. Right. Like when we think, man, we appreciate what happened every time, man. The show is only gonna get bigger, man. Only gonna get bigger. I'm just glad I was part of this experience. It's the bigger than I can say I was there.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Get Jerry on the main stage. Follow Jerry on all of his social media accounts. He's about to be the talk of the town for 2020. He's gonna be the one to look for in 2020. Champion of the year list. I definitely think he'll be on that top 15, maybe even top 10 list next year. Easily, with no question. I want his, Jerry walking around with the belt. That would unleash a monster. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, again, Jerry, thank you for coming back on the show. Again, teespring.com /Flight 96 clothing. Go get yourself a shirt. More shirts will be available after Christmas. And ladies, I am working on Flight Girl leggings. Since it's still winter, since it's still cold, I got y'all. Don't worry about it. I got y'all. And just tune into the movie, man. Flight 96, Flight Gang, all that. You know what I'm saying? Jerry's been Flight Gang ever since he came on the show in the first place. So he's been there since day one. So Jerry, again, thank you. Next time when we had this conversation, we better be talking about that main stage.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen. When he gets that main stage, we're gonna come back and have this. We're gonna come back and have a different talk. But thank you again, my brother. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Flight 96 podcast. We out.